It was one of those early autumn mornings where the crisp air bit at your cheeks and the city still wore a sleepy haze. The rumble of an engine struggling to start echoed down the quiet street. "Please, not now," a frustrated voice whispered. Mia Lawson, impeccably dressed yet clearly stressed, kicked the side of her luxury car, watching helplessly as it coughed and died again. She had a meeting in an hour that could make or break her entire career, and now she was stranded on the edge of town with no one to help. From the sidewalk, she noticed a small figure approaching. A man, slightly disheveled but with an earnest expression, and a little girl clinging to his hand. Their clothes were worn, their shoes dusty, but there was something about them that made Mia pause. "Excuse me," the man said politely, kneeling beside the car. "Looks like you're having some trouble. I can try to help, if you want." There was a warmth in his voice, unassuming yet confident. Mia glanced at him skeptically, ready to reject the stranger's offer, but the urgency of the moment held her back. "All right," she said reluctantly, hopping out of the car. "Please. I don't have much time." The man introduced himself as Daniel, a single dad who ran a small auto repair shop in town. The little girl, about 8 years old, shyly peered at Mia from behind his legs, holding a stuffed rabbit close to her chest. There was something heartwarming in the simplicity of their presence, the kind of energy that reminded Mia of a life she had long buried beneath boardroom meetings and social galas. Daniel got to work immediately, his hands skilled and deliberate as he examined the engine. All the while, Mia found herself stealing glances at him, a strange tug in her chest she couldn't quite place. As Daniel worked, conversation flowed naturally, a stark contrast to Mia's usual guarded interactions. She learned about his daughter, Lily, who loved drawing cars and dreamed of building one herself someday. She listened as Daniel spoke about the struggles of running a small business, raising a child alone, and making ends meet. His words carried a humility and honesty that struck a chord deep within her, making her realize how far removed her own life had become from authenticity. By the time the car roared back to life, Mia felt inexplicably drawn to this man and his daughter. "Thank you," she said softly, her usual commanding tone replaced by a warmth she hadn't expected to feel. Daniel shrugged modestly, a smile tugging at his lips. "Just doing my job," he said simply. But as Mia drove off, she couldn't shake the feeling that she had met him before, though she couldn't place where. Weeks passed, and Mia found herself returning to Daniel's small shop, often under the guise of car maintenance, but really seeking the conversations and quiet joy that seemed absent from her elite world. Daniel never judged her, never asked about her wealth, and yet somehow, she felt safe sharing pieces of herself she had long hidden. Lily became a bridge between them, sharing stories of school, dreams, and sometimes just giggling at Daniel's corny jokes. It was during one such afternoon, as they sat on the hood of a car sipping iced tea, that Mia caught a familiar scar on Daniel's hand. A tiny mark she remembered from her childhood, from a boy she had once played with in the park before life pulled them apart. Her breath hitched. Could it really be him? Daniel noticed her staring and frowned. "What is it?" he asked. Hesitation clouded Mia's face. Slowly, she said, "Do you remember me? I think we used to play together when we were kids, at Riverbank Park." His eyes widened as memories flickered across his face, lazy summer days, scraped knees, laughter echoing through the trees. "Mia," he whispered, disbelief and awe mingling in his tone. Tears threatened to spill over, unbidden and unexpected. "It can't be. I never thought I'd see you again." The recognition dawned slowly, then fully, and in that moment, the years melted away. Two lives, so different yet inexplicably intertwined, suddenly collided. Daniel and Mia's newfound connection wasn't without its challenges. Mia's world of high society events, investor meetings, and constant scrutiny clashed sharply with Daniel's modest, grounded existence. Misunderstandings arose, fueled by assumptions and pride. Daniel worried he could never fit into her glamorous world, while Mia feared losing the simplicity and honesty she had grown to love. But through it all, they leaned on Lily's innocent perspective and the shared memories of their childhood. Together, they learned that love and respect could bridge worlds far apart. One rainy evening, as Daniel repaired an old engine in his shop, Mia arrived with a proposal. She wanted to invest in his small business, not to control it, but to help it grow. Daniel hesitated, wary of charity disguised as business, but Mia insisted, promising only support and trust. It was a turning point, blending their lives not just emotionally, but practically. They were partners in every sense, combining ambition with humility, wealth with authenticity. By the time the leaves turned golden and the first whispers of winter crept in, Daniel, Mia, and Lily had formed a bond stronger than either had imagined possible. Daniel watched Mia navigate the world she had built with grace and strength, and she admired his resilience and gentle heart. Together, they realized that life wasn't about status or wealth, but about connection, trust, and the courage to embrace unexpected love. In fixing a car on a lonely street, they had repaired something far greater, their hearts. And as they sat together one evening, watching the sunset paint the sky with promise, Mia whispered softly, "I never thought I'd find you again, but now, I never want to let you go." The weeks following their reunion were filled with quiet discovery and shared moments that stitched their lives closer together. Daniel introduced Mia to the small joys of his world: Sunday morning pancakes with Lily, community events at the town park, and nights spent stargazing from the roof of his modest home. Mia, in turn, showed Daniel the beauty of his own courage, the subtle power of his kindness, and the way his laughter could light up even her most guarded heart. One day, as Daniel and Mia were at the shop, a delivery truck broke down just outside. The driver was panicked, deadlines looming, and Daniel instinctively offered to help. Mia watched him work, awestruck by his skill and humility. Lily, perched on a stool nearby, cheered him on. In that ordinary moment, the extraordinary connection they shared became undeniable. "You always know exactly what to do," Mia said quietly, admiration and something deeper in her tone. Daniel shook his head, embarrassed. "It's nothing. I just care about people. That's all." Their relationship, however, wasn't free from obstacles. Rumors about Mia's wealth began circulating, and some in Daniel's small community questioned whether their bond was genuine. Daniel struggled with insecurity, fearing that Mia's life of privilege might one day pull her away. Mia, meanwhile, felt the tension but refused to let outside opinions dictate her choices. She reminded Daniel gently, "We are not what others think of us. We are what we build together." It took time, patience, and countless heartfelt conversations, but slowly, trust and understanding solidified between them. One evening, as they were closing the shop, Mia noticed a faded photograph taped inside Daniel's workshop, a picture of them as children, laughing under a tree in Riverbank Park. Her heart clenched at the sight of their younger selves, innocent and free. "We've come so far," she whispered. Daniel smiled, brushing a strand of hair from Lily's face. "And we'll go further. Together." It wasn't just a promise, it was a vow rooted in every challenge they had faced, every joy they had shared, and every moment they had saved each other from loneliness. The emotional climax came one chilly evening when Mia's car broke down again, not far from the spot where they had first met months earlier. Daniel arrived with Lily in tow, and together, they worked under the dim glow of the streetlights. As the engine purred to life, Mia felt a rush of gratitude and love she couldn't contain. She realized that life's true richness wasn't in her boardroom victories or her social accolades, it was in the quiet moments of connection, in the people who saw her for who she really was. Finally, standing together on that familiar street, the night air cool around them, Daniel took Mia's hand. "We've fixed cars, hearts, and memories," he said softly. "But most importantly, we've fixed each other." Tears welled in Mia's eyes as she smiled, leaning into him. "I never thought I'd find my childhood love, but I'm grateful every day I did." Lily hugged them both, her laughter ringing in the night, and in that moment, the three of them knew they were home, together, unshakable, and bound by love that had withstood the tests of time and circumstance. Their story, ordinary yet extraordinary, ended not with fanfare, but with quiet triumph. Life had thrown them unexpected detours, but through humility, trust, and unwavering compassion, they had found what so many search for: belonging, love, and the courage to embrace the happiness they deserved. And in the glow of the street lamp, under the endless night sky, Daniel, Mia, and Lily knew that sometimes, fixing something as simple as a broken engine could lead to repairing the most important thing of all, the heart.